Well, really, the Kate Nordstrom and the Liquid Music series of the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, it was originally her idea to bring us together and suggested the project to the two of us independently. And then I think we checked each other out online and said, yeah, we'd love to do this. And and then we took it from there.
A lot of the songwriting starts with Ryan Olsen programming electronics. And as it kind of disseminates to the drums, the bass, we start interpreting what we're hearing. And it was exactly the same working with Stargaze. They started hearing his sounds and his parts, taking some of them over and then just adding more melodies, kind of more of each individual flavor.
In some cases, like I remember we started over in Berlin in my house where Ryan was just basically playing us some textures, electronic textures, and we would improvise over it. And just keep going. And at some stage he switched off the electronics and we just kept going, improvising. He recorded everything and then he went away with it, like home to Minneapolis. And 2 weeks later we received a new piece where he'd integrated all these sort of parts that we had made up, basically. And then we sort of had to rewrite it and rearrange it into this new structure. So there was a lot of ping pong going on between the two bands and also the two cities, really. Yeah.
There is like an unofficial name called Polica, but it doesn't sound that good. And
maybe for clarity's sake too, it's kind of nice that people know that we come from two different schools, but come together as one. You know.
Because it's actually nice to know that Stargaze is this and Polica is this, and then the result is something completely different. But you know where both come from. So, yeah.
I think there's another example of a recent collaboration was it Franz Ferdinand and Sparks, and they actually called themselves FFS, so we're still Franz Ferdinand Sparks. I think there's still their identities, and then it was interesting what has happened between those realms and groups. And I guess when we first came together, a lot of people were saying, what do these two groups have in common with each other? People couldn't quite imagine what we would do, and I guess hopefully we've proved them wrong or created something new that couldn't have happened otherwise. And I think that's the exciting thing about it.
It's true. Yes, and that's how you can feel like a band on stage. I think we got like, now it's the third time or maybe the fourth time we're able to hang out together, and I think that's how like the audience can really feel that on stage now that we're really one band and not just two bands. And it's really important. Yeah, friendship is really important on tour, especially. I mean, you couldn't tour with people you don't like. You need to enjoy playing with the people you love, you know, and make music for them and like with them.
Well, be known for. I just hope people find some sort of new experience that maybe they've never heard before. I think it's really interesting to have two drummers, electronics, and then a full chamber orchestra. And I hope that all those elements are integrated seamlessly for like a cohesive experience, and that they can tell we're all working together. I feel that way on stage, and I hope that's what other people feel too.
Not me,
I guess in my dreams, maybe. Quite possibly. I'm not really super aware of it, though as a kid I probably was aware of it. I remember recurring dreams with the same kind of ghost-like, horrible, monster-like person, and certainly tried to persuade him not to eat me. So I remember that conversation.
Yeah, I guess I've spoken to some ghosts, but not scary ones actually. Yeah, sometimes you want to talk to someone who doesn't exist anymore, like someone, some kind of spirit or something. So yeah, I guess I've done.
Only the ghosts of my past, and they don't answer.
I would say David Bowie because, I mean, it seems a scary thing and maybe a too obvious thing to say, but we, in Stargaze, we had this amazing experience 2 years ago where we were asked to play this big tribute show of David Bowie's music and rearrange it, reimagine it in London. And so we felt like we've basically been in after his passing away, and we felt like we've been in sort of communion with him about his music, went through the entire back catalogue and and explored his music and found new elements in it and tried to make those audible, and then I saw a lot of documentaries with interviews with him, and he seemed just this really interesting, very open guy to all sorts of music, and I think he would be incredibly interesting guy to talk to. So that would be my choice right now.
I'll go with Bowie too. Actually, that's a great answer.
Actually, I would share.
Yeah.
Let's do the interview together, okay? Bowie? Okay.